On day one after receiving the drone, I charged a battery and gave it a slam-bang test, zooming up to 200 feet in cloudy, slightly foggy weather, and flying directly to a golf course closed for the season, a half-mile away, while remaining in my backyard, with my drone that I lost in a tree. All of that would have been a teeth-chattering nightmare, with the Mavic Mini, which by 1 gram misses the FAA registration requirement in the USA. This was like walking down the street. That simple. At no point was I nervous, as it takes off with a reassuring home location set notification, until my drone warned caution, high winds, land when possible, shortly before another notice, connection lost, returning to home. Both of these notices were presented calmly by the recorded voice within the app. In a few minutes, I saw my drone expertly flying itself over the trees and back to my house. The footage, for a prosumer level, is amazing and clear. Even though it's 27K, the gimbal alone is almost worth the price. What sets this apart from all the others is the self-pilot nature of this drone. It is so very easy and reassuring to fly. I did purchase the G refresh plan directly from G, which allows one replacement or repair drone if yours is damaged in the first year of use. Excludes lost drones. I've had the opportunity to see the view from 390 feet above my house. FAA do not permit drone flights above 400. I've been able to zoom down to the end of my street and see if anyone was playing basketball. I've chased my kids around the park, all while sitting on my deck. I have also inspected my roof safely and was able to spot missing shingles and a crack in a seal. This toy/tool is now indispensable. And one more anecdote, in payload mode I was able to deliver a walkie-talkie weighing about 3 pounds, 6 times the weight of the Mini, up to the second floor in my house. This was effortless, and it's clear this thing can lift something even heavier than that. Amazing. Update 317/20 lost the drone still 5 stars, but I learned something the hard way. While in the Outer Banks we entered right before the COVID-19 quarantine lockdown. I was getting so comfortable with the drone that I decided to get some cool, zippy, near water speed shots. I now know that the vertical sensors get messed up by the reflective nature of water, because the drone decreased altitude from 4 above water to splash all on its own while doing about 22 mph. I was turning and going sideways while this happened. After searching in the murky, dense water for 90 minutes the next day, I could not find the drone, although I purchased replacement insurance. Having the broken done is required. Since I couldn't find it, the insurance is null and void, and unfortunately they don't sell the drone by itself, without remote. Still, I will save up and purchase again, and will likely self-insure save up to replace yet again if needed. This thing gives you a very different perspective on life and nature, so I'm pleased with the purchase in spite of the sad water crash. Small bit of good news is I still have the 1080p footage cached to my phone from the day I lost the drone. This is the first drone I ever got, and I couldn't be happier with it. First, the price. Quality drone at a very competitive price. I suggest to get the Fly More version that comes with 3 batteries and few other accessories. It's well worth the extra to get the Fly More version for all the extra accessories. Second, quality and weight. I couldn't believe how light this drone is at such a small size and yet very stable, hovering in the midair. Good camera and video quality. I am extremely happy with this drone. Couldn't ask for more for such a quality drone at a very good price. Highly recommended.
Wanted a drone a while. I noticed the DJI Mavic Mini from Casey's blog. I am impressed by the lightweight and price range. I bought the Fly More combo. It comes with 3 batteries and a carry case. For me, it's well worth buying the combo rather than buying the batteries separately. Pros 1. It's my iPhone XS size and 249G without the protector and can even fit into my pocket. Point 2. Easy to control. G designed an app just for the Mini, and the app comes with 4 quick ways to shot videos. 3. The battery lasts up to 30 mins. From my few flies, it lasts about 25 mins, which is still pretty good for price range. This is excellent choice for the beginner. 5. Easy to assemble. It's my first time to put a drone together. It took me less than 5 mins and it comes with some spare parts. 1. As you can see from the video, the camera didn't adjust well when strong sunlight appears, but it didn't happen that often and it's good enough for me. Point 2. I did some research about other drone apps. This app doesn't seem to have the zone and lock request built in. It might get released later. 3. I didn't see the function that the drone can follow a subject in the app, but this function seems exist in the previous generation overall. I will recommend it.
G has really nailed it with the Mavic Mini, an affordable entry-level drone that's simply outstanding in terms of flyability, photography, and video. This drone will quickly have you producing excellent aerial shots and dramatic B-roll footage. It's quite easy to fly, very stable, and has the right controls to quickly get you up to speed. The four included quick shots: helix, drone, rocket, and circle are all the new drone flyer needs to create very dramatic and fun shots. And as you gain experience, you will be able to create your own maneuvers. The return to home feature means you won't have to worry should you lose sight of it. It will quickly return to within several feet of where you launched it. Anyone who has anything negative to say about this drone is usually comparing it to a drone. Granted, the Mini doesn't have collision avoidance except for bottom sensors for descent and indoor use. It doesn't have follow me mode yet. It only has the 4 quick shot modes, and you can't map out a course for it. You can only fly manually. However, what it does have an excellent camera for the price. Excellent stability, precise control, and incredible gimbal make it an incredible value and an excellent starting point for anyone wanting to get into drone photography.
This product is not ready to fly. Must register it. That is crazy long and really complicated. Must grant access to a lot of personal informations. It is very difficult to avoid purchasing an insurance for water damage. Then you are in a sort of unwanted Facebook drone club. You must give access to your photos, not plug and fly. Very curious on you. Instruction book is so small you need a microscope to read it. Not easy. Plug and fly.
This is a video shot taken by me with the drone. It is small and has a good endurance of nearly half an hour. The night capability is a bit worse, but it is worth the price.
Unbelievable, so much was packed into this small light drone that doesn't require FAR registration identification. Honestly, the photos and video are very similar in quality to my Phantom 4. Photos are 4K, videos are 1080p 60 FPS and look amazing. Actual range in town or city is about 3,100 feet max due to Wi-Fi interference. Event testing range out of town. Don't have to worry about it going out of range as it will automatically return to home. Only downside is if you are watching the live video on your connected phone. It has a little lag, enough lag that if you are farther away and flying close to things, you may end up hitting them, so take it slow when flying close to objects if you are watching the live video feed.
This is my first drone, and I am glad I purchased it. At this price point, I do not think that anyone comes close to the build quality, flight time, and features that G has accomplished with the Mavic Mini. Flying this thing is much easier than I expected, and the smart features that it does have, although missing some cool features like its bigger brothers e.g. Mavic Air 2's active tracking, is simply crazy considering the weight and size of this thing. On that note, the weight is key here for me because I am not required to register with the government in order to fly this, so it is hassle-free in that regard. That alone is worth the features lacking in this drone, but for recreational use I cannot recommend this drone enough. Wow, it flies smooth and steady even in light wind 510 mph easily, and while the return to home is not laser accurate, it's generally within a couple feet of where it took off. Again, considering its size and distance from its home point, this is very impressive. I strongly recommend that you purchase the Fly More combo because for another $100 you get 3 batteries, a charging hub for all 3 extra rotors and cables, and a sweet carrying case. Do not forget to purchase your desk charger for the Mavic Mini that has the cool plastic dome to display your new drone. I would buy again.
This is an inexpensive little miracle, an astounding photography tool for the price of a very basic good camera. The Mini has none of the serial G tracking, obstacle avoidance and SFX features. But if you are a serious photographer and you've never shot with a drone, just imagine what it's like to have a 400 ladder you can take with you almost anywhere. There is a catch. Both of the Minis I've purchased have been defective right out of the box, with terrible range problems. The first one wouldn't get within 1/6 of the advertised range under perfect conditions. G replaced it under warranty, and the new Mini they sent me has more range than I can use and is just amazingly great in every way. But I bought a second one on Prime Day and it is another total lemon. Actually worse that the first one. 042 isn't a very good score, so if you buy a Mini, you may have to go through some contortions to get one that performs performs to spec. Customer service is outstanding, but cost seems to have some real issues. Nevertheless, the Mini performs so well I think it's worth whatever hassle it takes to get a good one.
This is my first real drone. I've had the cheapies before, hard to fly and sometimes even hard to just take off. Not the Mavic Mini, takes off with a push of a button. You can send it straight up as high as 200 plus and just let go of the sticks and it will hover in place. Then you can turn it to whatever you want to take a picture of and take the picture. The video and picture quality is amazing for this little thing, easy to maneuver and land. I would definitely recommend this for a first timer. It's only been a day and I'm already looking forward to the next destination to fly this thing. Plus it's fun to come back to your computer and watch the videos that you recorded and see the pictures you took. So much fun.
I am new to drone and got Mavic Mini as my first drone. The reason for purchased this drone is due to weight and prices. Because of the weight 249 gram, it does not need to be registered with FAA. The price point is also easy to stomach for a beginner flyer like me, but by no means this is suitable for beginner as it does not have obstacle avoidance. Even with the omission of obstacle avoidance feature, I am still amazed on all the features packed into this little drone. The drone itself is no bigger than my hand, yet the battery can hold enough juice to fly about 25 minutes with good video/photo quality. The control is easy and smooth as long as you don't fly it under strong wind condition. I recommend this for anyone looking for something portable to bring for vacation or flying in your backyard, but need to be extra careful when flying as it does not have safety features other bigger drones have.
This is my third G drone, first Mavic Mini. It's easy to set up, fly and travel with, so I really like that part. I recently carried it in my underseat backpack for a flight. With quiet blades, it's pretty hard to hear unless it's within about 50 of you, so aerial photography doesn't bother anyone or animals. The one real problem I found is shown in the pictures. I noticed a slapping sound a few times when I was bringing it in for landing. When flying with the wind and you come to a sudden stop, the higher level blades hit the body of the drone. This has resulted in cracks and chunks missing from the blades. Pictured is an aftermarket quiet blade, but this happened with the stock ones too. Obviously, if a blade strike were to shatter one, the drone will lose control and crash.
I'm only giving this 3 stars because just as the title implies, there's issues. The drone itself is great, coming from flying non-GPS drones or ones that didn't have great positional sensors. The Mini is a huge step up. The app is okay, albeit hard to read at times, tiny icon numbers. Nevertheless, the thing is very stable and so much fun to fly. The problem I have is that I purchased the Fly More combo so that I had everything I needed for my intended use of the drone, and yet right out the box, the 3-bay battery charging hub was defective. I tried using it with the supplied power block and USB. Nothing. I used different cables, outlets, and charging configurations and it would not charge the batteries. I'm currently in contact with G about the issue, so if things change I'll update this review.
Receive this drone package as a gift to start drone photography. Despite doing a lot of research and knowing what I'd be getting, I was still impressed by everything in the box. Pros not inclusive, just highlights. 1. Easy setup and flying maneuvering with the controller. 2. Very stable and excellent range. 2. Very solid camera footage for social media and sharing. 3. Fly More combo is very worth it for the case, extra batteries, and 2-way charger. It really made it easy to take everywhere and have more than enough power to fly for 1+ hour with all 3 batteries switched out. 4. G-Fly app very intuitive and easy to use for beginners. Awesome cinematic mod skins. 1. Wish that I didn't have to take my phone case off every time to hook up to controller. I expected this when getting the drone, but was still hoping for a miracle. It seems like the connector cable may accommodate much thinner cases, just not my thicker case. 2. Despite the fairly easy to use setup, it could have been easier to have a dedicated YouTube playlist link included in the box for setup and flying instructions. Luckily there are plenty of third-party setup videos that helped a ton. 3. Would have been useful to include a compatible SD card instead of buying one separately, but I get that it's hard to accommodate different needs. Don't let the cons completely dissuade you. It's still an awesome drone for beginners who want to get started with drone photography. If you're looking for something a bit more, the Mavic Air 2 seems like a good step up, but for me, very sufficient for what I need. Highly recommend.
This is a great beginner drone if you seriously want to learn how to fly drones and learn the regulations that are involved with flying a drone. It is fun and there is a slight learning curve to it. Take it to an open field and you will pick it up quickly. You need a cell phone to control it that has the appropriate G-app. The app also has tutorials for pre-flight checklists. Be sure to activate your G-Drone Care within 48 hours of turning your drone on. This allows for cheap replacements if you crash it. You must turn in the crashed drone though.